Well, guys, you know I'm Bills Mafia, right? So it's tough for me not to go Bills Mafia here, but I talk Bills so much on the show. Sometimes people may get tired of me talking Bills. So I'm not going to go Bills on this particular answer, but I do think that the Bills are really talented. I'm going to go Los Angeles Chargers. And I've thought that this team has been very talented over the last couple of years, especially since they've had that young quarterback in Justin Herbert. But they've gotten even better. They re-signed Mike Williams. They have Keenan Allen on the outside. And then defensively, how can the National Football League allow Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa to be on the same team? Repeat that. How in the world did the NFL world allow Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa to be on the same team? To me, that's cheating. To me, that's unfair. They should be able to get after any quarterback, and both of those guys play the run very, very well. And then they got that guy, that lockdown corner, J.C. Jackson, on the outside. To me, he's one of the best man corners in all of football. He can stick with any receiver, okay? Any receiver. So to have all of those playmakers and to see how this team has come together, right now, the end of June, I'm going to say the Los Angeles Chargers are the best team on paper. But again, as we all know, guys, this season has to be played, and they got to make the right decisions in critical moments.
Well, Rob, I too am going with Los Angeles, but the Los Angeles Rams, the defending Super Bowl champions. Okay. They have stars on stars in a city that begs for them. All they do is load up with stars every year. Obviously, Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and Matthew Stafford. But then they add a guy like Allen Robinson to the mix, and future Hall of Famer Bobby Wagner, absolutely loaded once again. And I'm sure we'll see more picks get shipped out from more stars as the season wears on, and everyone's going to be up in arms about it and say, wow, they're kicking this can down the future. They're kicking the can down the future. What are they going to do for the future? Doesn't matter about the future. It's all about the here and the now. And here's another scary proposition. They could still sign Odell Beckham Jr. They want more. They're greedy. They will take all of them. They are Pac-Man. They are gobbling everybody up. So Miles Sanders, when we talk about all-stars, this is what we're talking about, the Los Angeles Rams.
Coaches are the ones that we look to when teams have these big leaps in their win total. And then players we look at when the individual seasons really to start gelling. This is basically what you're asking, which executive has done the best job? Which executive has put the best team? Because the best team on paper is basically, what are you providing me as far as the groceries go? And then it's the coach and the quarterback and the rest of the team's job to put it together. And I think Brandon Beane from the Buffalo Bills is the best executive in football right now. Yep. And what he has done in Buffalo has just added and added and added talent each year while retaining talent that they want to keep. Players don't flee the Bills. They stay, and Beane finds a way to pay them. Stephon Diggs got the new contract. He's not going anywhere. Josh Allen has the contract. He's not going anywhere. Then you add Von Miller on a 6-year, $120 million contract. You add a guy who's already got 2 Super Bowl rings and was playing at his very best last year in the Super Bowl for the Rams. The draft. I hate to just go down and be like, now you get Elam, who's going to be a starting corner in this league. You get a new punter. You get a running back in Dalvin Cook's little brother, James Cook. The rich got richer in Buffalo. And they get Tre'Davious White back from injury, who's one of the top cornerbacks in football. On paper, I'm looking top to bottom, 53. I have a hard time saying anyone other than the Bills, and I have a hard time saying I'd want a different GM than Brandon Beane and what he's done up there in Buffalo.
Nothing says, screw it, we're good, let's mess around, than drafting a punter. Not even in the last round, the guy from San Diego. They drafted a punter because they could. And I still believe that if they had not gotten Von Miller, if they had not drafted a single player, just didn't show up to the draft, I still think they'd be the Super Bowl favorite from most analysts when we get to August and September. I still think without adding those guys, they just don't have very many kinks to work out. And they got the guy who could win the MVP this year.